Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining the November TDL Monthly Member Forum. We were having some problems earlier with our playback sound, so we're going to have to do some handoff when it comes time for Courtney to do her presentation, and hopefully bear with us. We can't really hear ourselves. Anyway, this is Lea DeForest, TDL's communication strategist, and I'm filling in as MC for Kristi Park, our executive director, who has unfortunately lost her voice. Kristi will present briefly during our director's update section, and Courtney Mumma, TDL Services Manager, and I will handle the rest. So today's agenda includes a director's update from Kristi and me, updates from recent DigiPres conferences from Courtney. We've got some reminders about upcoming events and deadlines from Courtney and me, and as always, we'll reserve some time at the end for questions from you, and I'll be emceeing that, not Kristi. So for our director's update this morning, we have some staffing updates. We're going to update you on what happened during our recent governing board meeting. We're going to talk a little bit about the TSLAC TLA Harvey grants and our new November Thankful For campaign. And now I'll hand the mic over to Kristi.
Okay, thank you, Lea, and I'm sorry that everybody is having to listen to me, my croaky voice for the next couple minutes, but I did want to give you a quick update on staffing, and then I'll hand it back over to Lea. And thank you, Lea, for kind of saving my voice today and also saving everybody who's listening from having to listen to it for too long. So since the last forum, we, of course, bid farewell to Ryan Steens, our longest serving staff member. We were really sad to see him go, of course, but wish him well in his new position with the open source project Avalon, and know that he's having a great time getting oriented and up and running with that project. We want to thank everybody on Ryan's behalf for their heartfelt thanks to him for his work with TDL and his best wishes for his future. And we talked last time about our interim plans in the last forum, but I just wanted to give this reminder that Courtney Mumma, our services manager, and Clark Kim, our senior DevOps lead, have taken on additional management duties during this interim period, and everybody's settling in well to keep things moving forward and assess our needs. So Courtney will be taking full responsibility for digital preservation and research data management services, and she's taking on management of a Haiku hosting pilot project that we'll be taking on in the spring, and there'll be more about that in a future forum. Clark is taking on some management and administrative duties related to management of the technical team. And during this interim period, we're taking time to assess our needs and our existing staff capacity before moving forward to fill Ryan's position. So you should expect to hear more from us on this after the first of the year, and we will keep you updated as we have news to share. In the meantime, we are moving forward to fill a position for an administrative associate. This position will provide event coordination support for the Texas Conference on Digital Libraries, as well as other TDL meetings and events. And they'll also provide support for contracts management, marketing support, and overall administrative support for the organization. We're holding interviews right now and hope to have someone in the position at the latest before the winter break. So we're pretty excited about getting that one filled. Secondly, the TDL Governing Board met just last week on Friday, November 10th, here in Austin at the Perry Castaneda Library. Lorraine Harricombe and her staff hosted us, And the meeting included our two newest board members, Dr. Catherine Radowski from Texas A&M Corpus Christi and Kelly Gonzalez from the UT Southwestern Medical Center. So we were really excited and pleased to welcome both of them to the governing board. Our meeting included a discussion of new member recruitment plans and a marketing roadmap that we've developed to grow and sustain our organization, as well as preliminary discussions for seeking a legislative appropriation in the next legislative session. So again, as things develop with all of those matters, we'll keep you informed. We also selected a full slate of officers for the board. Our officers for this 2017-18 academic year are Dr. Bella Gerlich, who is the Dean of Libraries at Texas Tech. She will be our chair. Vice Chair, Chair-elect is Lisa German from the University of Houston Libraries. And our Secretary-Treasurer is Kate Radowski, the Director of the Mary and Jeff Bell Library at A&M Corpus Christi. So we're very thankful to them for their service to our organization over the next year. And I will just note before I hand it back over to Leah that at this board meeting we took pictures. So we'll have a picture up of our governing board on social media in the next week or so. So keep an eye out for that. Okay, back to Leah.
All right. Thanks, Kristi. You're sounding a little better. So next up, we've mentioned it over the past few months, both here and online, the Harvey disaster relief funds, and the grantees have been announced, and over $300,000 were awarded to Texas libraries affected by Hurricane Harvey. And we want to congratulate University of Houston, which was awarded $5,000 to support its Harvey textbook relief program. UH Libraries is going to provide students access to textbooks through its course reserves collection, and the funds will be used to purchase over 70 textbooks, I believe. And just want to say thank you to the Texas State Library and Archives and the Texas Library Association for keeping us all in mind. And this month, every day, we are sharing stories from our members and partners and colleagues in the field of digital libraries to showcase your stories and tell the world what we are #thankful for. If you've been following us on Facebook and Twitter, and please do if you haven't, you should see yourselves and your libraries and your projects throughout this entire month. And we just wanted to say thanks for those of you who have recently liked and followed us on Facebook, because we've now reached 600 likes. So next up, and again, I won't be able to hear you, Courtney, when you're done, but we've got Courtney Mumma, who's going to give us some updates about our digital preservation services.
Hello, everybody. This is Courtney. Somebody just do me a favor because of the technical difficulties and show me in chat that you can hear me if you don't mind. Awesome. Thank you, everybody. I appreciate it. All right, so I just have a few updates, not too much today. First, I wanted to let y'all know about a few things that I presented on behalf of the Texas Digital Library at the Digital Library Federation Forum last month, and at the Digital Preservation NDSA DigiPres conference. The first was a conference called Texas Digital Library Collaboration, Pulling Resources to Avoid Drowning. If you click on the link here, and you can have access to the slides, of course, after the talk as well, you can access those slides, and there are, lots of water metaphors that you might enjoy. And then for the DigiPres Forum, actually, in that case, I couldn't present these slides because I had lost my voice and sounded worse than Kristi does today. So the link to that presentation is also here, and that one is Halloween themed for your enjoyment. And just really both of these were talking about how we can all work together better, some of the problems we've faced along the way, some of the solutions, and some of the places where we're still trying to find solutions. And then specifically the second one at DigiPres was about our digital preservation networks that we are part of, specifically talking more and focusing more on Chronopolis and Deepin. The other thing is, at DigiPres, I had the opportunity to present for the first time my stab at the Texas levels of preservation. So this slide shows the Texas levels of preservation. This is also going to be in our DSpace repository for TDL, so you can have a look. Heidi Winkler and Mark Phillips have both reached out and offered their help in continuing work on this, because my plan is to revisit it. This was based on a survey of 15 interviews with TDL members and used the NDSA levels of preservation, including 2 elements that have been suggested by the Universities of California and the Hall Center in the UK, access and physical media questions. So in addition to information about information security, metadata, storage and geographic location, file fixity and data integrity, and file formats. So what I found basically is that in the green, that's where we're better. In the red, that's where we're not doing so great as a whole in Texas. And so my strategies for improvement, all based around collaboration and resource sharing, and highlighting the areas that I want to focus on with the community, are here in the middle. So I'm excited to continue working on this, and we're going to be revisiting it several times this year and probably every year after, just to keep track of how we're doing in Texas. I also wanted to call out and thank any of you who have been able to attend the DigiPres webinar series. Each of them has been 30 minutes with the open Q&A at the end after the 20-minute talk. As some of you may know, Executive Director Mary Molinaro of the Digital Preservation Network had some real bad technical difficulties when she was joining us from her home in Mexico. And so she has rescheduled for this Friday at 2 p.m. So I hope some of you or all of you can join us for that. If you can't, however, just like all the last 3 presentations part of this series, they're all available at tdl.org. They're all linked from our DSpace repository. So we have YouTube videos, and we also have the actual slides if you wanted to access those. I also wanted to issue a reminder that our applications are currently open specifically for Texas Digital Library members for the Digital Preservation Management Workshop at Trinity next year, July 22nd through the 27th. We're keeping the price really low. Please do get online and enter your applications soon. Not everyone who applies will be accepted. The 2 speakers, the 2 hosts, Nancy McGovern and Kari Smith, do go through those applications with me and with TDL. And so also when you apply, just so you know, you're not necessarily obligated to register, but of course we hope that you will. And we will soon open up applications to the wider community. We just wanted to give TDL members the first chance. Okay, now I'm going to hand back to Lea.
That cue. And thanks, Courtney. And thanks, everyone, for sticking with us with our sound issues. I do hope you'll click on the links to Courtney's preservation or digital preservation presentations, because they are awesome. So coming up in the TDL universe, the TDL Award nominations are now open, and you can read the award descriptions and place your nominations at tdl.org/awards. Nominations are due February 16th, 2018. And just want to give a big thank you to the TDL Awards Committee led by Cy and Brannon up at UNT. They've done a lot of hard work to get these nominations ready to go. Another thank you needs to go out to Ashley Adair, UT Austin digital archivist, who shared her story getting started with Deepin. The story, which she had shared in a member forum previously this summer, recaps Ashley's first Deepin ingest And the Digital Preservation Network even shared the story on its blog. And just want to say thanks again, Ashley, for sharing your first deepened experience in offering to lend advice to fellow members. One more reminder, the call for proposals for TCDL. We hope that you received an update in your inbox this morning on this year's TCDL, which is taking place in Austin May 15th through 18th. And we want to remind you that with Thanksgiving and winter break coming up, you'll have plenty of free time to craft your proposals, which are going to be due January 29th. And one more big thank you needs to go out to our TCDL Planning Committee, chaired by Eric Ames up at Baylor, for all the great work that they've done so far. So with that, if you have questions, if you could type them into the chat box and let us know if you need any more info about what we covered today or anything else. Okay, it's crickets. So it sounds like everyone is good to go, and I hope that everyone's voices remain intact. And thanks everyone so much for attending today. See you next month.